Hello, welcome back to the carport. It's been a minute since I've done any YouTube content, and it's probably not going to be a whole heap more moving forwards. There'll still be some, but basically, well, one, I work a lot. Two, I sold everything, so you'll see there's no green VP Commodore here anymore, and there's no white VS in there anymore. But I do have this thing now. So yeah, basically, I've bought a Turbo Lexus IS 200. I have been doing some things to it, and I'll go over what I've been doing. I bought it about a month ago. And I have done some things and stuff. I'm doing some more things and stuff this weekend. And I'm going to drive it for the first time. Well, like, drift it for the first time. It does have rego. I've driven it to work a couple of times. But I'm going to drift it for the first time next weekend at the Bend skid pad. So Drifting SA is doing a drift school in the morning, skid pan day in the arvo. So I'm going to do the skid pan day in the afternoon and give this thing a shakedown. And see how much I enjoy driving the car, and then that'll kind of determine how far I want to go with this build, whether I want to keep it just a low power, basic, throw tyres at it and hope it doesn't break car, or whether I want to go a little bit fancier. But yeah, I'll show you what it's got, what I've done, some of the dodgy stuff that I've had to like kind of sort out, and what the kind of plans are for what I'm going to be doing. Basic rundown is it's a dead stock 1GFE, obviously factory non-turbo. It was an auto car, so the guy I bought it off manual converted it and turbo converted it. There is some stuff that I still need to fix. Just like the clutch pedal is just super janky, kind of just like slapped together, so either going to find a factory manual pedal or buy one of those KE conversions ones. And then basically everything else is, it's kind of like the rank 1 kit that you can buy for these, but done it like super cheap and super ghetto. So it's a Subaru Forester turbo, I think. I don't know exactly what it's off, but it's got the stupid flange and stuff on a 1JZ manifold that he cut the flange off and welded a 1G manifold on. It does have a screamer pipe down there, XC gate and screamer pipe. I've just done this for now to make sure it doesn't open the flap on the internal gate, but I've got a mate coming around in the next week to weld an O2 bung on for the AFR gauge that I've bought, and just throw some welds on this to make sure it doesn't turn. But then just other stuff, like we've got the oil feed for the turbo coming off the VVTi solenoid. Water lines are coming off like the heated tap or something, I can't remember, but yeah. It works, it runs. I bought it, drove it home from so I'm in the north side of the city. I bought it from the other side of the city, it was about an hour away. Drove it home, no issues. Went to take the missus to sushi, broke down on the side of the road, wouldn't start, wouldn't run. Spent 2 weeks trying to diagnose it. Turns out he had a BR limiter in it, and he took the BR limiter out before he sold it to me, and then left the wiring for the BR hooked up to the ECU, and the wiring shorted out, and basically it just cut all crank signal from the car so it wouldn't run. So once we sorted that, it's been all happy days. Just some other stuff, like I've now hooked up a fuel cut defender, which I'll show you in a minute. But before, he was legitimately running 3 one-way valves in the map sensor line to bleed off the boost pressure, which was fine. It ran about 5 pound of boost without an issue. But yeah, I want to wind it up a little bit. So I've got the fuel cut defender on it now, and just all the other basic stuff. So it's got the one, I think the 1ZZ injectors, which are the 270cc, I reckon. It's got a return to fuel tank fuel instead of the deadhead system. with the obviously the rising rate reg and all that fun stuff. In my diagnosis of trying to make it run, I did notice that the fuel pump was pretty average, so I've put a like 340 litre per hour fuel pump in it. So it's basically all the rank 1 stuff, just with a slightly smaller turbo. And yeah, that's it really. And obviously external gate instead of internal gate and all that stuff. I had choppies in it when I bought it, so I picked up some secondhand BCs. So it's got coilovers in it now. I picked up the wheels as well. It didn't even come with wheels. I literally had to buy some like Mazda stockies and drive at home on those. But I picked these up, which are JIC J-Force 5s in a 17 by 9 plus 15. And as you could probably tell when it was stock, it was like out here. So I do have some hard race upper control arms in that. In the front. So other than the coilovers and the arms, it's all stock suspension wise. So it's all like, so the upper control arms at the front. So it's stock caster arms, stock LCAs, all stock arms in the rear. It's got a factory 4.3 diff in it, like the auto diff that's been welded, but with the IS300 stub axles and IS300 axles is what I've been told. I haven't really even looked at it yet. Under the back, other than slamming the coilovers in, I don't exactly know what I'm looking at when it comes to this stuff. So with the Toyota stuff, if I can tell the difference between the axles and all that. So, but as far as I know, it's got the bigger axles in the back. Currently, at the moment, I'm doing the old, got everything apart because I'm running all the wiring for the gauges. I'm running a boost gauge, AFR gauge, and a water temp gauge. So I've just been tinkering with that yesterday, so that's all going in now. And obviously the other thing I'm doing is putting a seat in it. So if we go over to the shed, I've got the factory seat out there now. Got the velo to go in it, and we go over here. I probably should have put everything together instead of walking around, but you know how it is. We got the NZKW seat bases, so I'll whack those in. I bought a couple of little plates for the eyelet bolts, so I'll put the seat belt eyelet bolts in the tunnel so I can still run a standard seat belt on both sides, as well as having the eye bolts for the harness and that. And then, yeah, we're just... obviously, I put the Nardi and stuff in it as well. But yeah, so basically, that's a quick rundown of it. It is still... it's a budget build, but it's kind of already starting to blow out. As it sits pretty much right now, it owes me like a tick less than what I sold the green car for. So it owes me just a bit under 10 at the moment. I paid 5 for it and I've spent almost another 5 on it. Obviously stuff like wheels and the seat and stuff like that, I don't know if I should count that towards what the car owes me, because that's stuff that I would either keep or, it doesn't matter what car I would have bought, I would have had to buy a big boy friendly seat, because not many drift cars come with fat man seats. So, but yeah, and obviously, like, I have sold other bits and pieces from the Commodores, namely my wheels. So those CSTs literally sold, I reckon, I put the Instagram story up, and it was less than 2 minutes until I had someone asking for my bank details so they could send me a deposit. So, like, just gone straight away. So, kind of sucks, because I like those wheels. It makes me sad. But, yeah, I've got some cool wheels for it now. So, got the JSCs on it now. They're going to be the main wheels. I have a pair of Origin DNA in a 17 by 930, which I'll use as skidders. I have my old steer, which is a CST in a 17 by 930, and I should have another one lined up to pick up probably tomorrow, because it's King's birthday long weekend. So this is Sunday morning. I'll put the video out this week, so that way I'm driving next weekend, even though... Also, probably should mention this, YouTube content, not so much anymore. Mostly because I work a lot, and when I do have time to do some tinkering, I just don't have time to film. I just want to get it done and get it over with and get it ready to drive. Also, with the Commodores, it was kind of like, even though they're becoming more common, it was cool because I had was the first one to do a few things on it, so it was good to be able to record that and put content out so people could see what to do and how I was doing stuff. this is not a uncommon drift car these days. So I've already watched a bunch of videos trying to figure things out. So I don't think there needs to be even more content of someone putting an IS200 together to drift. So I'll just kind of give you updates on here. But if you really want to follow what I'm actually doing and keep up to date with everything, Instagram's the best. That's the same as my name on here. It's Bogan's Oak. I started the Instagram first. Like, this YouTube stuff's kind of a secondary thing. And it's going to be more of me talking and telling you what I've done rather than me filming stuff and doing time lapses and stuff like that. And then just some driving content. So don't go away. There'll still be stuff. But yeah, not as much. I'm not going to be a daily vlogger or anything like that. I never was, but yeah, the motivation for YouTube is not very high. It's just more of it's kind of cool to have somewhere to kind of record a chronology. Is that what I'm looking for? It's to record what I've been doing and like have it somewhere that's easy to access. Because you know what it's like with Facebook and Instagram stuff, trying to find specific stuff. It's just like, it gets all lost in the mess. So, especially with someone like me who's an oversharer. So, but yeah, I'm already rambling. This was supposed to be like a little quick 5-minute one and done. It's already kind of blowing out, but yeah. So, anyway, the rest of today, I'm going to put the seat in, finish off wiring up the gauges, and although the AFR gauge I won't be able to do until my mate comes around and does some welding for me, but the next time you'll see me and see this will be after skid pan, so I'll try my best to film some footage from that. And yeah, so anyway, long story short, Commodore's gone. I've broken up with Commodores. We've divorced. And now I'm back to being a full, it's not even JDM, it's a fucking IS200, but you know, I'm back to having what most people would regard a decent chassis, but it's still kind of unique-ish. Anyway, that's enough for that. I'll see y'all, like, I don't know, next time I post something. Which might be a while, might be soon, who knows. Stay up to date to find out.